What's up everybody, it's Em. Welcome to my California Clipper YouTube channel. Thank you so much for joining me today. I really appreciate it. I am going to be doing a nighttime Walmart haul. So in my last video, I asked if people would like for me to bring back SHOPKICK, and some people said yes, so I'm going to give it a shot. I downloaded the app, and I really liked Amy's suggestion of not having SHOPKICK be the only thing that I use. Although I might break that tonight because I found something, but we'll see. We will see. But generally speaking, I like her idea of having it be an addition. So if we have an item that's $5 and we have $3 back on Ibotta and maybe we have $1.50 back on SHOPKICK, that would be cool. But if we have an item and we only are relying on SHOPKICK, maybe not so much. As always, use your discretion. I have my own personal unresolved conflict with SHOPKICK. If you want to use it, feel free to go ahead. I'm going to give it a shot today. I'll keep y'all posted on how it goes. And otherwise, we are going to be getting some pretty decent Walmart freebies or really cheap items. If you're not new to couponing, feel free to skip ahead. I'll add a little timestamp to where you want to skip ahead to get started. But if you are new to couponing, I wanted to say that I am working on making a tutorial video. I'm sure there's one out there that you can find. But that being said, the apps that I use most frequently are Ibotta and Fetch. Ibotta is super easy to use, as is Fetch. Both of them are totally separate companies, and it's okay to combine them. Another one that I like to use is Checkout 51, which is kind of like similar to coupons.com if you've been over there. They often have similar deals, and you can only, with Checkout 51, it's really strict. You cannot use Checkout 51 in addition to coupons. I also use Inbox Dollars, Swag Bucks, and My Points. Those three are kind of the same company, but they have different apps and different websites, and you can't use them in conjunction with one another. You also technically are not supposed to combine it with Ibotta or coupons or like any other redemption, although people do, myself included. And then I also use two websites that offer free products for you to test out. One of them is Aisle, which recently introduced an app. And then we also have Social Nature, and that's more of like, they don't always have Walmart offers, although they do today. They often have offers over at like Target, Whole Foods. I've seen some at Costco. So those are the apps that I use. I have referral codes all listed below. If you ever have any questions, please do not hesitate to ask. I'm more than happy to help. I try to respond to every single comment because that's where I'm at right now. Maybe if I ever got to a point where I couldn't, but right now it's totally manageable. So I try to do that. So hope you all are having a beautiful week, and let's get started.
Alrighty, we are going over 10 freebies at Walmart today, and check your bonuses. I took a screenshot this morning, and you can see I did not hit my super savings bonus yet. I'm a few offers away, and I'm definitely going to combine that with my weekend cash dash this weekend. So yeah, check to see where you're at. Blue Buffalo did this last year, and they're doing it again this year, which is really awesome of them. But you get a free bag of dog treats. So you can purchase them, and then you upload a picture of your receipt, and they give you an Amazon.com gift card. So depending on whether or not you shop on Amazon, you may or may not want to do this, but I think it is a really sweet deal that they do every year. Over at CVS, if you want to pick up two of these little critters, they're $8.79 each. They're buy one, get one 50% off, so it'll come to $13.18. You get $10 off CVS. With their CVS coupon, $10 off of two. It'll come to $3.18 total, or just $1.59 each. So starting over here at Walmart, I only had one of these herbal essences in my clearance section, but if you are able to find two, they're currently on clearance for $4 or cheaper. They were $9.97. And so if you want to pick up two, you can get $6 back on Ibotta, which makes two of them $2 or just $1 each. All right, so someone was stalking and I wasn't able to get a photo of the display case, but each one of these True Skins is going to be $14.68. So if you want to pick up 2 of these, it's going to come to $29.36, and you are going to get back a lot. So you can get back 3,000 or three equivalent to about $3 on fetch for each one. And then you also get 10 points per dollar. So each one you get about $3.15 back. And then you also are going to get back up to $8 on whether you use swag bucks, inbox dollars, my points for buying 2. So you get $8 back that way. And then we also are going to get 1950 kicks, which is $7.80. And you can do the math on kicks by taking the number, so 1950, and dividing it by 250. So it's 250 kicks are pretty much the equivalent to $1, depending on your redemption. And then we also are going to get back $8 on Ibotta for buying 2, which makes this totally free and a 74-cent moneymaker, which is 37 cents each, which is a really fantastic deal. And all my kicks went through, no issues, and I was able to immediately redeem it for a gift card, which I utilized based on my own personal experience, but it went through fine. Okay, so if you want to pick up some free Band-Aids, these little True Stay clear spots are on clearance for $1, and we get $1 back on Ibotta, which makes it totally free. And then if you want to pick up some of these Ollie gummies, they are $12.56. You can get back $4 on Ibotta and $2.90 back on SHOPKICK. So you get $6.90 back, which brings your total down to $5.66. For these Axe deodorants, the cheapest way I found to do this based off of what's available at my store is any of these ones priced at $4.97. You'll get $2 back on Ibotta and $2 back on Fetch, which makes it just 97 cents. And this is where I totally made a mistake. I thought this also paired up with a swag bucks deal, and it didn't. But if you need some toothpaste, you can get $2 back on Ibotta, so it's $3.96, which I know is not a really fantastic deal. And same thing with this toothbrush, it's $5.22. $2 back will bring it down to $3.22. This is where what I should have picked up is the Colgate Gum Protect. You get $2 back on Ibotta and you get $3 back on Swagbucks, which brings it down to 96 cents. And my store is totally sold out of these. You can do this on Ibotta, and then if you want to do it again, you can do it with Walmart cash, but they are totally free because they are $2 and you get $2 back, so $0. My store does not carry this, but the Blueberry Superfood Oatmeal, it says it does carry it, but I couldn't find it anywhere. The brand is Purely Elizabeth. There is a free offer on Social Nature. And if you want to pick up 2 of these Tyson lightly breaded chickens, my store no longer carries them, which I was pretty bummed about because this is a really great deal. But if you pick up 2, it'll come to $12.92. You can get $8.50 back on inbox sellers, and you'll get $4 back. That's $2 for each bag on checkout 51. It'll come to just 42 cents total. We have another free offer for the Advanced Airwick, and I most definitely am going to use this to complete some of my bonuses because you can do it for a limit of 3 times. So that is 3 bonus offers. If anyone has a good idea on where to get rid of these or donate these, please let me know. I ended up just giving a bunch of them away at the garage sale. So this is what I was talking about with SHOPKICK, where I was like, oh no, I'm going to combine it with other offers. And then I was like, oh shoot, I actually am not going to do that for this one. But these Lysol wipes are $2.50 on clearance. We get $2.04 back on SHOPKICK with kicks and scans, and so it comes to just 46 cents. And for this Lysol brand new day power clean concentrated multi-surface cleaner, mango and hibiscus scent, it is on clearance for $2, which makes this totally free plus a 4-cent moneymaker. And if you have these Dawn power washes, they are on clearance at my store for $3. If you want to pick up 2, it'll come to $6. you'll get back $3.99 on Ibotta, which brings it down to $2.01 for two, or just $1 each. These Clean Freaks are on clearance. They're not a really great clearance at my store, and the refills aren't on clearance at all, but the sprays are on clearance for $5.18. You get $1 back, which brings it down to $4.18. This is actually good clearance. So I saw that a bunch of the Clorox Sentivas are on clearance and also matching on Ibotta. This one does not match to any of my Ibotta offers, but it's on clearance for $2, and you get $1 back on checkout 51, which brings it down to just $1. So that's still a pretty good savings because its retail is $7.12. And then we have a bunch more in this aisle on clearance. So the RIDX septic system maintenance is usually $15.16. It's on clearance for just $4. This Cascade Power Dry is $4.98. You get $3 back on Ibotta, which brings it down to just $1.98. Excuse me that my voice is going again. I still am not 100% recovered. So this Snuggle is $3.93. We will get back $1.50 on checkout 51, $1.50 on Swagbucks, and 75 cents on Ibotta, which makes it just 18 cents. Real stoked about this one. And I also was pretty excited to see that the CLR was on clearance because it's not something I see on clearance often. It's on clearance for just $2.50. And this Method toilet bowl cleaner, it has clearance tags for $3.50, but it's scanning and you can see below it's actually priced at $1.50. So if this is a brand that you use, I don't have any coupons or tips, but it's still a really great savings. Same thing with this Drano on clearance for $2.50, and the Clog Preventer is on clearance for just $2. This is a great thing to stock up on if you use it. I just like to keep them underneath the sink for when I need it. And the Pink Stuff All-Purpose Floor Cleaner is on clearance for just $3. I also saw that there are a bunch of like Fisher-Price baby toys on clearance in my store, a lot of the wooden stuff, and that is just something good to have on hand if you have anyone in your life that has children, or maybe you have small children. Now moving on to some repeat deals. If you have any questions about these, you can find out more in my Target Walmart video earlier this week. But you can get some Starry for totally free using an aisle offer and a fetch offer. This Febreze is $2 off on Ibotta, bringing it down to just $1.97. If you want to pick up 2 of these palm olives priced at $2.82, it'll come to $5.64. You'll get back $4 on Swagbucks and $1 on Ibotta, which brings it down to just 64 cents or 32 cents each. These OxyCleans are $3.92. We have $2 back on Fetch, which brings it down to $1.92. And check your Fetch offers. When I did this redemption last week, I was really close to redeeming my spend threshold, and so it ended up being significantly cheaper. If you did not already pick up one of your Glades, you can get one of those for super cheap or free, depending on your store's prices. And if you want to pick up 2 of these Dave's Killer Bread Amped Up bars, they're priced at $6.57. 2 of them will come to $13.14. You'll get back $6.98 on Ibotta for buying 2. And you'll get $1.50 back on each one for Fetch, so that's $3. And you get 25 cents per $1, which equals $3.29, which makes both of these totally free, plus a 13-cent moneymaker. And I already maxed out on my Fetch offers, so I did not pick up any more of these, but if you haven't done it yet, it's a really great deal, and it's something that's easy to donate if you don't want to eat it at home. I saw that they're still promoting this, so I know that it's still available. If you haven't picked this up yet, there's a totally free aisle offer. Aisle is really easy to use. You just take a picture of your receipt and they will send you cash back through a Venmo or PayPal, and they do it within 24 hours. It's pretty quick, maybe 48 hours at the most. And then you might have an Ibotta offer as well, which would give you back another $1.25, which makes it a moneymaker. Also, you can do that at your own discretion because aisle's terms and conditions ask you to not use other cashback options when you are redeeming aisle offers. Lastly, check your dog food aisle clearance section because a bunch of the food is still on clearance at my store. They're varying in price, usually $30 and change down to $10. I've seen $4, $6, $8, and then there also is an Ibotta offer. The Ibotta offer had a timer on it when I last checked. I don't know if it's going to reset, but still, regardless, paying $10 instead of almost 40 is pretty great. So this is everything I ended up getting up today, and I kind of wish I thought things through a little bit better because I could have had 100% savings, but here we are. And I thought about going back and changing and like adding some things today on Thursday. But I'm like, you know what? We all make mistakes, and there's going to be times where you go out and try to do something and it's not going to work out the way you thought. And that is just life. It's just being a human. So I'm letting my perfectionist side go and have it be 90% savings instead of 100% savings. If you do want to have a lower savings for you personally, if you remove the Colgate toothbrush and toothpaste, it'll be only 65 cents instead of $7.83 total. But here we are. So the retail on this is $80.31. I ended up paying just $68.92 out of pocket, and I ended up getting back $61.09 in rebates, which brought my total down to $7.83. So it is a 90% savings, and yeah, here we are. So if you have any questions, let me know. Let me know what your favorite deal is this week. Let me know if you found something even better. I would love to hear from you. And I am going to probably do a Target haul on Sunday, although I might not post until Monday morning because of the way that my life is working out these days. Anyway, thank you so much for joining me today. I really appreciate y'all. Hope you're having a beautiful week. And as always, if you have any questions, leave a comment and I'm more than happy to help you out. All right, thanks. Bye.